लोग कोई डाकू है क्या? डाकू नहीं है, शिक्षक है हम लोग। तुम्हारे घर में औलाद है तो पता चले उनको मारने की जगह है। कौन करता है? कौन ऐसे मारता है? बहुत गंदी पुलिस है दिल्ली पुलिस। लड़कियां जांच करती है, लड़कियों को छूते हैं, लड़कियों को गाली देते हैं ये पुलिस।
Look at them. Don't look at the slogans. Look at their faces. Some are barely 20. Some have traveled overnight by train. Some have skipped college. Some have led jobs. Some have lied to worried parents. Not because they wanted to become famous, not because they wanted Instagram followers, but because they believed when young people began dying for an examination, silence is no longer an option.
हम याद रखेंगे दिल्ली पुलिस के उन लोगों को जिन्होंने फीमेल प्रोटेस्टर्स के ऊपर उनके प्राइवेट पार्ट्स में पेटेंट्स घुसाने की कोशिश की। याद रखेंगे हम आपकी हिंसा को।
यहाँ आ गई, पहाड़ में गई, शांति वांति, तुम सब एक कीड़े मकोड़ो, ऐसे करके मारा, मुझे गंदी गंदी गालियाँ दी। तो पुलिस वाली मुझे अंदर लेके गई, मेरे फोन में चल।
These young women did not come to Delhi to be seen. They came to be heard. And today, the government listened, not because it suddenly became kind, not because it suddenly discovered empathy, no, not at all. It listened because thousands of students refused to disappear. It listened because democracy sometimes still works when citizens refuse to give up.
माँ के सामने ना उंगली टेढ़ा कर दूंगी तेरा भी, ठीक है? तेरी बेटी को पढ़ा रही है वहाँ पे, यहाँ पे बेटियों को नंगा कर रहा है।
That movement has ended. The meetings have happened. The demands have been partially or provincially accepted. The resignation has come. The protest is over. But something else has begun. Because while one part of the establishment sat across the table from students, another part chose to attack them. Not their arguments, not their facts, not their demands. Them.
आप हमारे 75 ईयर ओल्ड प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, उनकी दिवंगत माता जी को उनको इतनी गंदी गंदी भद्दी गालियां दे, कौन स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट का हिस्सा नहीं बने? ये किस तरह के स्टूडेंट हैं और किस तरह की अश्लील बातें हैं, किस एंगल से ये लोग स्टूडेंट लगते हैं?
क्योंकि मैंने कुछ प्रोटेस्टर्स को जो कि गटर छाप अनैतिक अश्लील बिहेवियर सड़क पर बच्चों के सामने, बुजुर्गों के सामने, महिलाओं के सामने डिस्प्ले कर रहे थे, उसको नॉर्मलाइज करने से मना किया है।
एज अ सोसाइटी दिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल टू अस इन एनी वे।
That is what BJP Member of Parliament Kangana Ranawat wrote on her Instagram. Prime Minister Modi said that all the leaders should be more active on Instagram. So Kangana Ranawat decided, let's bombard Instagram with the thought that no one can dare think, and especially at a time of this kind. She called them Generation Gutter. But मैडम ने इतनी मेहनत करके लिखी है, दिमाग इस्तेमाल की है, तो हमें पढ़ना तो चाहिए. So let's read it out. Most appalling is the behavior of young Hindu women who want to imitate the lives of independent career women without earning that freedom. Women who are truly independent, they make rebellious choices, bold opinions, unconventional career moves, and they take accountability for their actions. They have to cause they are on their own, and they don't do this at the cost of their parents or families. Here is a new generation of so-called westernized Indian women, and I call them Generation Gutter. Some of them have nothing to offer to the system. They are not good at studies, but they are so ugly and corrupt that they can't be homemakers either, but they proudly flaunt their freedom to have drugs, drinks, or endless body counts and shamelessly live off their parents' earnings and constantly fight to live independent lives without actually being independent. Gentle reminder, independent life needs to be earned. If you try to live independent without accountability, you are just a distorted entity. Gutter chop. Let's not react. Let's analyze. Because words reveal a mindset. She begins by talking about young Hindu women, not criminals, not influencers, not one individual, young Hindu women. Then comes the first certificate she decides to distribute. Who is she? She's Kangna Ranaut. They are not good at studies. Interesting. Who appointed her as the examiner or chancellor? Where are the report cards? Where is the evidence? The second certificate. They can't be homemakers. Think about that. A woman judging another woman's worth by whether she can become a homemaker. For decades, women have fought to prove that their value cannot be reduced to kitchens, bedrooms, and drawing rooms. Women entered universities, boardrooms, courtrooms, newsrooms, battlefields, science laboratories, space missions, politics, not because homemaking is inferior, but because choice is freedom. A woman who chooses to be a homemaker deserves respect. A woman who chooses not to be one deserves exactly the same respect. Freedom has never about replacing one stereotype with another. Yet, here is a woman, member of parliament, telling young women, you are not good enough to study. You are not good enough to run a home. What exactly is left? Then she writes, they're ugly. Hold on there, ugly. Beauty, really? This is the yardstick. In 2026, an elected member of parliament believes beauty is a legitimate argument in a political discussion. Imagine saying to a generation demanding accountability, but first, are you pretty enough?
बस एक ही डायलॉग दूंगी, करियर गया भाड़ में, शादी हो गई आज।
आने वाला हमारा पंतप्रधान शादीशुदा हो, क्योंकि वो अपने मन की बात बीवी से करे और काम की बात देश के जनता से करे।
You think your grandmom is a Gen Z?
She is. She's here. She's supporting everyone. She is.
Okay, so anyone supporting this cause, they are all Gen Z.
For sure, with cockroaches and Gen Z now.
दिल Gen Z का होना चाहिए।
दिल Gen Z का होना चाहिए।
हमारे बहुत बड़े पोएट जो नागार्जुन थे, बाबा नागार्जुन, वो यही कहते थे कि दिल से जवान हो तो उम्र का कोई वो नहीं होता।
No, democracy should work like that. No parliament should think like that. Then comes another accusation. They have body counts. They drink. They take drugs. They live off their parents. How does Kangna Ranaut know all of this? Because she is Mother India of emergency. No, there is no emergency here, but she did that super flop movie. Again, not one individual, not one incident, an entire generation. Imagine if someone had said, all MPs are corrupt. Would you rightly call that prejudice? Then why is it acceptable to stereotype millions of young women? Now let's leave Kangna's Instagram for good and return to the streets.
हम याद रखेंगे कि आपको मालूम था कि साथी हमाद 23 दिन से भूख हड़ताल पे बैठे थे। आपको मालूम था कि उनकी किडनी में ब्लड क्लॉट्स जम गए थे, फिर भी आपने अपने डंडों का इस्तेमाल करके उनका बदन खोल दिया। याद रखेंगे हम याद रखेंगे।
Look at her. She came from Kolkata. She came from Lucknow, Kochi, Mumbai, Nasik, Bangalore, from all across the country, not to become viral, to become visible, not to be admired, but to be heard.
और इस तमाम हिंसा के बाद जो हमारे पास बची कुची जान होगी, वादा करते हैं दिल्ली पुलिस आपसे, वादा करते हैं कमिश्नर ऑफ पुलिस, वादा करते हैं आपसे प्रधानमंत्री जी, वादा करते हैं होम मिनिस्टर, वादा करते हैं धर्मेंद्र प्रधान कि जो बची हुई जान आपने छोड़ी है हमारे अंदर, वो आपकी सबसे बड़ी गलती है। आपसे बहुत गलती हो गई है कि आपने विटनेसेस को छोड़ दिया जो गवाही देंगे आने वाली जनरेशंस को आपकी हिंसा का।
That is ISA President Neha Bora. She sat on a hunger strike not because she wanted to lose weight, not because she was chasing a fitness trend. She sat there because she hoped that maybe, if her body became weaker, the conscience of those in power might become stronger every passing hour. She was asking one question: how many more students must suffer before someone listens? She didn't burn her fat. Rather, she burned down the ego of power. Look again, look carefully. That girl carrying a backpack, that one holding a placard, that one standing in front of a police vehicle, that one shouting slogans until her voice disappeared. These women were not asking for luxury, they were asking for accountability. There is a difference, Mr. Nawat. And this is where I want to speak not about politics but about civilization, because Kamdar Ranawat specifically mentioned Hindu women. So let us talk about the greatest feminine symbol Hindu civilization has ever produced, Ma Kali. Think about her for a moment. Nobody worships Ma Kali because she fits somebody's beauty standards. Nobody bows before Ma Kali because she's fair, or because her hair is perfectly tied, or because she behaves politely before injustice. Ma Kali's hair is untamed. Her face is fierce. She stands upon a battlefield. She destroys arrogance. She protects those who cannot protect themselves. She is not worshipped because she is beautiful. She is worshipped because she is powerful, because she is fearless, because when evil becomes too arrogant, she does not ask permission. She acts. She is Shakti. And that is feminine force India has celebrated for centuries. Not silence, not obedience, not decorative womanhood, strength, conviction, courage. No, the students are not Ma Kali. No human should be compared with a deity. But if you wish to invoke Hindu womanhood, then remember that Hindu civilization has always respected a woman who refuses injustice, a woman who speaks truth to power, a woman who stands firm when authority wants her to step aside. That spirit is not foreign. That spirit is deeply Indian, deeply Hindu. And that is why this protest became impossible to ignore. Because they tried to dismiss the students. And every time they did so, the students returned. Every time they were mocked, they organized. Every time they were told to go home, they came back. That is not weakness. That is democracy. इतिहास बदलने वाले हमेशा उम्र में छोटे होते हैं और उनसे लड़ने वाले अक्सर सत्ते में बड़े होते हैं। लेकिन इतिहास कभी कुर्सी का नहीं, हिम्मत के साथी बनते हैं।
देखो, मैं और मेरा
here is the irony. The government met the students, negotiated with them, accepted that they were stakeholders. Yet, one of its own member of parliament chose not to engage with their argument, but to insult their character. One side recognized that these students mattered, the other called them Generation Gutter. Which message should young Indians believe?
क्योंकि मैंने कुछ प्रोटेस्टर्स को जो कि गटर छाप अनैतिक अश्लील बिहेवियर सड़क पर बच्चों के सामने, बुजुर्गों के सामने, महिलाओं के सामने डिस्प्ले कर रहे थे, उसको नॉर्मलाइज करने से मना किया है कि वी डू नॉट एक्सेप्ट दिस इन दिस सोसाइटी। हम लोग नहीं चाहते कि हमारे घर के बच्चों को कोई जो है अपनी अश्लील हरकतों से जो है टाइम से पहले सेक्सुअलाइज कर दे। हमारे घर के बुजुर्गों के सामने जो है हमें शर्मिंदगी महसूस कर, हम नहीं इस तरह का बिहेवियर एक्सेप्ट करते हैं। ये कोई कूल बनना नहीं है, ये एक बेसिक सिविक सेंस है, और अगर आपको ये नहीं आती है तो आपको सीखना पड़ेगा।
In Delhi, JP Nadda is taking picture with Gen Z. And in Bengal, BJP is running rallies after rallies, calling the generation anti-social. So JP Nadda are taking pictures with anti-nationals. So what scares power more? Young people or young women? Think about it. Think about it. If 5,000 men march, it's called politics. If 5,000 young women march, suddenly the discussion becomes, what are they wearing? Who are they sleeping with? Are they good daughters? Are they good homemakers? Are they pretty? Do they drink? Notice what happens. The conversation shifted from their demands to their character.
क्या आप अपनी बेटी को ऐसा सिखाएंगे? डिसिप्लिन में रहना या मर्यादाओं में रहना कोई चॉइस नहीं है। भौंडा प्रदर्शन तो हर कोई करना चाहेगा, लेकिन अगर आपको समाज में रहना है और संविधान के हिसाब से आपको चलना पड़ेगा, जिसका मतलब है कि आपकी आजादी वहां खत्म हो जाती है जहां मेरे नाक और कान शुरू होते हैं।
That's a very old political tactic. When you cannot defeat an argument, attack the person making it. सुन लो, सुन लो, सुन लो। हर दौर की हुकूमत ने यही गलती की है। उसने नौजवानों को कमजोर समझा और औरतों को खामोश। फिर इतिहास लिखा गया।
रुक जाओ, आने वाले टाइम में एक एक का रेजिग्नेशन होगा जो करप्ट है। अगर गद्दी में बैठे और करप्ट हो तो अपनी पेटी कुर्सी की पेटियां बांध लो।
I have never seen mainstreaming misogyny the way the mainstream media has tried doing while trying to deride opposition. Priyanka Gandhi is not a member of parliament. She is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, a consistent reminder that she is married to Robert Vadra. Who is Robert Vadra? Well, BJP has its own definition. When did Priyanka Gandhi Vadra urge people to acknowledge her as Miss Vadra? But media does, as if she lacked her identity on her own. She is what she is because she is Vadra, Miss Vadra. People said she looks like Indira Gandhi. Media said, no. She's Priyanka Vadra. How cheap. Look what happened with Mahua Moitru. She was expelled not because she's a convicted criminal, but because she never tamed down before BJP. Internet was unleashed over her eggs comment. Now eggs fell on their faces. Dharmendra Pradhan resigned. Now let's ask something to Miss Ranawat. Look at her face. She did not arrive here carrying a weapon, right? She came carrying a constitution, a placard, a question, and the courage to ask it. Then the lathis came. Power believed pain would achieve what persuasion could not. That fear would succeed when arguments had failed. Every baton that came down was meant to push them back. But something remarkable happened. Their bodies staggered, their resolve did not. You can force someone to lower a placard. It is much harder to make them lower their voice. Watch carefully. They flinch, they lose balance, they cry, but they do not surrender. That officer tried shoving a baton into her private area, but she did not squeeze in pain. She shouted louder. She was slapped. But she did not answer with violence. She answered by standing her ground. They wanted the slogans to stop. Instead, the slogans became louder. Every blow carried a message, go back home. And every slogan carried another, not until someone answers. There comes a moment in every protest when fear changes sides. The protesters are no longer afraid of the battle. The powerful became afraid of people who refused to run. Perhaps this is why civilizations have always remembered women who refused to bend, not because they were untouched by pain, but because pain could not persuade them to abandon justice. Every time a beaten fell on her, she screamed louder. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is standing still, even when every instinct tells you to run. वो लड़कियां थी, हाँ वो लड़कियां थी, जिन्होंने सवालों को झुकने नहीं दिया। लाठियां जिस्म पर बरसी मगर इरादों पर नहीं। वो आंधियों से नहीं डरी, आंधियों का रुख मोड़ने निकली थी। वो भीड़ नहीं थी, वो आने वाले भारत की आवाज थी। झांसी की रानी ने तलवार उठाई थी, इन्होंने संविधान उठाया। उसने साम्राज्य को ललकारा था, इन्होंने सत्य से जवाब मांगा। इतिहास बदलने वाले हमेशा उम्र में छोटे होते हैं और हौसले में सबसे बड़े। हर लाठी उनकी ताकत नहीं, जो मारते हैं ना उनकी ताकत नहीं, उनका डर बयां करती है। Now let me ask a difficult and a different question. If an entire generation is gutter, then what does this say about the films that made stars out of this very generation? The same generation bought cinema tickets, right? Made celebrities, created box office successes, shared trailers, built careers. Yesterday they were audience. Today they are gutter. How convenient. There is another angle. Politicians often ask young people to participate in democracy. Vote, debate, question, volunteer, lead. But the moment young people actually question power, some suddenly discover that youth has become a problem. Democracy cannot work like that. You cannot clap for politically active youth only when they agree with you. History has a strange habit. It remembers those who stood up, not those who mocked them from comfortable rooms. Years from now, people may forget an Instagram story, but they will remember a generation that forced the powerful to answer difficult questions. They will remember the students who stood their ground. They will remember the women who refused to disappear into silence. And perhaps history will ask a simple question. When young Indians demanded accountability, which side were you on? The side holding the placard or the side calling them Generation Gutter? That answer will define far more than one protest. It will define what kind of democracy we wish to become. Who gets to define an Indian woman? A politician with an Instagram story, or the women who step into history when it matters? Kamna saw Generation Gutter. I saw the generation that refused to look away. Dear Ms. Ranawat, next time you make a movie on emergency, focus in today's time. Name it Beauty Without a Brain. And these Hindu women, you tried their writing, they will go and watch the movie. Because the baton struck their bodies, it did not strike down their voice. The blows landed on their flesh. They never landed on their conviction. इतिहास बदलने वाले हमेशा उम्र में छोटे होते हैं और उन्हें मिटाने की कोशिश करने वाले हमेशा ताकतवर नहीं होते, अक्सर डरे हुए होते हैं। जय हिंद, सत्यमेव जयते।